Hi, folks. Welcome to the Revere Veterans and Community Show. And thank you for letting us come into your living room, because today we're coming in with a real special guest, a young one, too. Her name is Geena Ciambelli. She's a Revere High School student, 17 years old, and will be graduating in June. And Geena, you are also an intern at the RevereTV.
Yes.
Tell us a little about that.
So I intern at RevereTV, and basically I edit videos and I help with some of the football games. I go to the games and film for them, and kind of just do whatever they,
And how
whatever
long
work.
have you been doing this, if I may ask you?
Since September, when school started, so yeah.
Do you like it?
Oh yeah, I love it. Everybody is really nice here, so.
Right. By the way, you'll be graduating this June, I understand.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
It came so quick,
Right.
Everyone always says that high school flies by, and they're really not joking. It's like yesterday I was a freshman, and now I'm graduating and applying to college. I just applied to college last night to 2 schools. So it's coming so fast, but I'm excited. So.
Right. Beside working at Revere TV part-time, you also do some part-time work at the Wayland School.
Yes.
Tell us about that, too.
So it's an after-school program, and there's about 50 to 60 kids that come to the program. And we give them snack, we do arts and crafts, we help with the homework that they have, and it goes until 6 o'clock, Monday to Friday, and I work Monday to Wednesday. So.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, the kids are great. So.
And how long have you been doing that at the Wayland?
I would say mid-October I started, so it's been a few months.
Right. I also I also understand that when you graduate from high school, you would like to major in films and communications at Emerson College?
Hopefully Emerson. I applied there last night, and if I get in, I'd like to go there. I applied to NYU, Mass Art, a bunch of local schools.
NYU and New York University?
Yeah.
Good school. I come from New York, so I'm familiar
do you?
with it. Yep,
No
I
way.
do.
Yeah, I want to end up living there.
Actually,
so.
they threw me out of New York. That's why I'm over Revere.
Oh my gosh.
New York University is a very good school.
Yeah.
Tell us something. So that's Emerson College, NYU, some of the others.
Yeah, Mass Art.
That's right here on Huntington Avenue, I believe, Mass Art. That's a terrific school.
Yes, yeah. State schools like Salem State, Bridgewater.
Before you say another word, if I can interrupt you.
Oh, yeah,
If
go.
you talk about Salem State, my granddaughter teaches there mathematics.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Good for her. Yeah, it's a good school. I mean,
It's an excellent school.
Yeah, I'm going to apply there soon. Yeah, Salem State, Bridgewater, Framingham, Suffolk University, New York Film Academy.
Boy, you really know how to pick them.
So
No, that's good.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to get, a bunch of them, so,
That's good.
Yeah.
So what else would you like to talk before we go into something else? No,
I
don't be
mean,
bashful.
We can talk about my Above the Influence contest.
Please do.
That I won last year. At the end of my junior year of high school, I went to a media club meeting, and I found out about this contest for Above the Influence.
What
which
is exactly Above the Influence? Because I'm unfamiliar with it.
Yeah, it's a drug organization, drug-free,
Oh, you mean like Mr. Mickey Coselli says no to drugs?
Yeah, basically. There's a bunch of commercials on TV, and it's been since for about 10 years. It's been going strong, and so they had a contest that you would make the next commercial for Above the Influence. And so you had to submit a video explaining an idea you had for a commercial, and me and my friend Gianna submitted a video, and we had to get the most votes. So whoever got the most votes would go to New York and make their commercial with a director, and their commercial would be aired on TV. So we won the contest. I went to New York.
You did go? God bless you.
Yeah, it was really fun. So we went to New York, made the commercial, and it's been on Teen Nick, Hulu, True TV, and AMC theaters across the country, and a bunch of other channels. So it's been a really fun time, the whole thing.
I'm from New York, and I come to Revere, but I'm glad I came to Revere because it's proud to have people like you. But I want to ask you, since I come from New York, and I haven't been there for many, many years, what part of New York did you go to? Manhattan?
Yes, in Brooklyn.
That's where I come from. What part of
really?
Brooklyn?
I'm not too sure.
Flatbush, Williamsburg, Canarsie,
Maybe
Brownsville?
Williamsburg.
Williamsburg
Yeah.
section? Yep.
Yeah, so it was really nice. I love New York, so I was so excited to go there. So.
Well, I'll tell you, I love New York too, but I love Revere even more
Yeah.
because I think it's a great little city.
Yeah.
It,
Right outside the city, it's nice, cozy, so.
Terrific. Also, you have a beautiful family, but before we talk about your family, I heard you play the piano, and I have to say this, Geena, you are an excellent piano player.
Thank you.
So I want you to tell me when you first started playing the piano.
Well, when I was 3 years old, my brother got me like a little toy piano, and I learned for Elise, the song.
Chopsticks was the thing on the piano?
Yeah, so I learned that by myself, basically. And ever since then, I took lessons, from 8 years old on. And yeah, I stopped playing when I was 14 and then got back in when I was 16. And so I've been doing it for about a year and a half since I, stopped. So it's been like an ongoing thing that I've done my whole life.
I got to tell you, you would never notice that you stopped playing the piano because when I heard you, I thought I was listening to a concert pianist.
Oh, thank you.
But you are just as good as some of them. You know something? Music is one of the best things for a student.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Good coordination.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You also have, we also do a military show, but you have a brother, Stephen,
Yes.
that we talked about before we went on the air. Hi, Stephen. I hope you listen. Who would like to join the military?
Yeah.
And how old is Stephen, if I may
He's
ask?
20.
Right, Steve. And I got to tell you, you couldn't pick a better organization to join because if you're not a man now, the military will sure make a man out of you. So welcome aboard. So tell us something about your brother, Stephen, his education, etc.
So right now he's going to North Shore Community College for law enforcement, and he's done a few internships for local, actually Revere Police Department. Yeah, so he's been kind of dreaming about the Army and, being a police officer, state trooper specifically.
So he would probably want to go into the constabulary where the MPs are of the military police. If that's
Yeah,
what he
yeah,
would-
military police, yeah.
Yep, in the Army. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, so...
Just make sure you don't lock me up, Stephen. Go ahead.
But yeah, so it's been like a dream of his since he was a kid, and so I'm happy that he's finally going for, what he really wants, so, yeah.
By the way, you are making a film with the Revere High School Drama Club.
Yes.
Tell us about it, and tell us about the people who are in that drama club,
Sure.
too.
So the film is called PYG, and it's called that because it's an old drama term that means when a character makes a bet about another character. So the whole kind of concept of the film is that a popular kid makes a bet for to make kind of an unpopular girl homecoming queen. So during the movie, basically he tries to be friends with her and win the bet. So he ends up falling in love with her, and she finds out about the bet and that it was all kind of fake and stuff, and then she gets mad at him, and the story goes on. It's based off of She's All That. It's a movie from the 90s. But, so yeah, we've been doing it for about mid-October or so, October I would say, and they're great. Every day after school, all the actors from the drama club, after school to 6 o'clock,
And who's the
doing
teacher
scenes.
in charge of this drama club?
Mr. Amato.
Yep.
And Mr. Hannah and Miss Rice. So, yeah, Miss Rice and Mr. Hannah are a part of the drama club, and Mr. Amato is a media specialist at Revere High School. So I help out Mr. Amato with, getting the camera angles right and, co-directing and sometimes audio, and I just help wherever, he needs me. So it's been really fun. It's awesome to see, the rough cuts of the scenes that we do and how it's turning out, so I think it's going to be awesome.
You think that might be eventually aired on RevereTV 8 when you get it done?
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not. I mean...
We'd love to have it.
Yeah, so...
And who are some of the other people besides yourself who are in this show?
So, for the actors, it's basically just the drama club, so Mara McColick, Alyssa Belcastro...
Are they all seniors?
No, just Marima and Alyssa are seniors. Yeah, the rest are just juniors, and sophomores and freshmen. I don't really know their names, but
That's all right.
there's Lucas, who plays the one of the main characters. Another Lucas. There's just a bunch of them, and they're all great kids. So.
Besides your brother Stephen, do you have any other children? Anyone else in your family besides your brother Stephen?
No, it's just me and him.
And your parents?
My parents, my mom, she's a hairdresser. Her name's Cindy. My dad, his name is Steven. He's a real estate developer.
In the city of Revere?
Yes. So, we're a big, happy family. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I have a dog, Cooper. He's a golden retriever, and he's 10 years old. He's the cutest thing ever.
Yep.
I love him.
I love animals, so I got to tell you, I have cats, dogs.
Yeah.
I know
great
people are
to
gonna. I feed the pigeons and the birds outside when I get a chance.
Yeah.
So I love the animals.
Yeah.
It's great.
Gotta love them.
So what else would you like to talk about?
I guess we could talk about in the summer.
About your activities outside of school.
Yeah.
What else do you like? Swimming? Can you?
A little bit.
How are you on the computer, if I may ask? No. Because I'm
like on a daily basis.
I'm zero on the computer. I wouldn't even know what it looks like if it was put in front of me.
I'm 100% on the computer.
Are you really? You're lucky.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Yeah. I have a blog on Tumblr, so I go on that every day. But yeah.
When I went to school, I don't know how they do it today in the high school, but when I went to Harran High School in New York City, they emphasized the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic in there. Yep. And I was good at reading, I was good at writing, and I was good in arithmetic. My worst subject, believe it or not, was English.
Really? That's
Yep.
my best subject.
The English?
Yeah.
I may have to hire you as my tutor, Geena.
Yeah, sure. Math is actually my worst subject.
Math,
so.
that was one of my, spelling was another one that was one of my best. We used to have spelling bee contests, and every week the teacher would give us a little prize or something, and most of the time, me and there was another guy on the team. His name, I don't know his last name, but I remember his first name, Jackie, and there was another one, Angelina, that was a lady, well, a girl at the time, and I was spelling, and either they won, Jackie won, or I will win, but it was always our team that seemed to win on the spelling bee contest.
That's good.
It's about the only thing I ever won at school.
Yeah. I'm not very academic either.
Sometimes I think I spend more time in the principal's office than in the classroom. Because we used to play a lot of, I don't know what they call it here, but in New York we used to call it hooky.
Oh, like skipping school?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the reason for that was we went to Harran High, which was located at 59th Street and Columbus Avenue, which is Columbus Circle. But to get to Columbus Circle, we had to go by Times Square. And Times Square had the Paramount Theater and all the great movies. And like when Frank Sinatra would show up, or Duke Ellington, or some of these great actors, the kids would say, forget about the classroom. The teacher used to say, let me know when you're going to the Paramount so I can bring your homework assignment over there, because we were the worst looking players.
That's awesome.
But I would like to ask you, if you could do me a favor, Geena. We have the seniors. I know you're not a senior, you're far from it, okay? But we have great seniors who do a lot of work for us. And I would know if you would be kind enough to help me when I talk about it. Would you hold this up for me?
Of course, yeah.
Geena, what Gina's holding up is a hat that we make for the soldiers that go overseas, and they put it on their hats. They put the helmet on top of it. So people, if you have any yarn, black colors, yarn, drop it off at the senior center, because we do the knitting for the veterans, soldiers, also at the soldiers' home overseas, also at the hospitals to keep the people warm. So that's something we do over there too. So if you have black yarn, red yarn, green yarn, any kind of yarn, drop it off at 25 Winthrop Avenue, Geena. That's terrific.
That's awesome.
Okay, the next thing we have, this was done by a woman at the senior center. You can hold that up, Geena. Someday you'll be doing it yourself, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the blankets. This is a beautiful blanket that was donated by the seniors, but they made it. And that was made with the yarn that was donated, and they can use that. So anytime you have any yarn, bring it down to the seniors. Bring yourself down and help us out, because we do have sewing. And it's run by a lady by the name of Lois Diamond. She's in charge of activities, director of activities. So come on down, and she'll help you, and you'll help her. Okay?
It's very nice.
That's good, too. Now, the next thing we have I'd like to talk to you about is someone came up with an idea, and they made this. You can hold it up both ways, Geena, if you like to. And someone had an idea to make something like that. Now we got two pretty things. We got the artifact that was made by a lady, and Geena holding it up. So if you have any good ideas out there, folks, come down to the senior center and let us do it for us, okay? Now, I would like to spend a few minutes, Geena. This is going to make you hungry.
Okay.
We have terrific lunches at the senior center and activities too, but I'd like to read you some of the lunches that we have there. And they're only $1.50. All you have to do is call up a day in advance. Tell them you'd like to come in the following day. And I'll give you an example of what we have. We have stuffed cabbage. We have buttered noodles, broccoli on some lunch. Some lunches have pastrami on roll. Some Chinese pizza. Some eggplant parmesan. My favorite, right here, Geena, stuffed peppers.
Oh, nice.
Yep, barbecue ribs. Let's see, meatloaf, veal cutlet, ziti with meat sauce, cheese lasagna, cheeseburger. I'm gaining weight just reading this. Italian sausage, hot dog on a roll, barbecue chicken. On Friday, mostly fish, shrimp poppers, or tuna on a roll, crispy shad fillet, vegetable lasagna, and breaded chicken fillet. So, folks, if you like these lunches, call them up a day in advance and come down to our senior center.
Sounds
Because
delicious.
that's what we do. So, first of all, Geena, I want to thank you for helping me.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Because that's good. Now, I want to get back to the high school.
Mm-hmm.
Before you went to high school, you went to public school. Which one was it?
In middle school, you mean?
Well, we call it public school where I come
okay.
from. See, I went from the kindergarten to the 8th grade. And then from the 8th grade, we went into high school.
Yeah, we go elementary school from preschool to 5th grade, and then 6th grade to 8th grade is middle school.
Oh, okay.
And then on is high school.
See, we didn't have middle school when I was young.
Really?
We were lucky to have even a school. Okay, this was back in the 30s.
Wow.
Very early 30s.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I went to the Romney Marsh Academy.
Did you?
Yeah, and that's where I was introduced to communications and journalism and film and stuff. So that kind of got me started in that direction. And so there was like digital media classes and journalism classes and a bunch of clubs and stuff. It's a great school.
Do you belong to any clubs today?
Media club.
Take your time.
Basically it. Yeah, not really a club person.
No?
No, I was a part of student council for 2 years. Power of No, which is drug-free organization too. That's about it.
I know you're only 17 years old, so I would like to ask you the next question because there's been some pros and cons. Where you're talking about drug-free, they want to bring marijuana into Revere, which I think they voted for the stores. That would not cause any problem for the school kids, I hope, or do you think it might?
But they want to sell marijuana legally?
Yeah, but legally. I mean, you know, for medicinal purposes.
Oh, okay. I think that would probably cause problems.
You think so?
Yeah, because I'm sure a lot of kids would be able to find their way around getting it, you know what I mean?
That's what I heard a lot of people say, but from what I understood, Geena, is that they would have a computer, like you came in and you needed marijuana for medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
You would be put on the computer, but if you try to go somewhere else and buy more, they would look in the computer and they would say, Geena, you already bought it. You're not going to get any more. You think that would work? I hope. I know you've never taken drugs. My son, I've never taken drugs. My family's never taken drugs. And thanks to people like Mickey Casoli, say no to drugs.
Right. I mean, hopefully it wouldn't cause a problem, but I don't know. I feel like people would find their way around it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. I know some states will not allow it. They don't want to have nothing to do with it because just what you said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's better off to just like stay away from it. I mean, if you are literally ill and you need it, then yes, you should be allowed. But I don't think people should get it if they have minor problems, like, you know.
Right. I
know
mean,
what I
to
mean?
use it as an excuse to
Yeah,
get it for their
so-
own benefit, right?
Yeah, like if you really need it, then go for it. But, you know, if you're just using it as an excuse to get it, then, you know, that's not really right, so.
You don't smoke.
No, of course not.
That's good. No, that's good. That's excellent. You don't drink.
No.
I mean, maybe once in a little bit, but I mean, you're not an alcoholic, which is good. No. I mean, you know, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and you know, if they
Right.
start young, it just
Exactly.
grows worse and worse till they get older. Now, I used to smoke like a fish,
Like a chimney.
or like a chimney, right? Sometimes worse than a chimney. But I gave it up 45 years, over 45 years ago.
Wow, that's
I don't want to
awesome.
say how old I was then. But, 45.
Congratulations, that's really good.
Yep. And I tell you, it took me 1 week to give it up. And people usually ask
Awesome.
me how, and I tell them every time I wanted to put a cigarette or a cigar or a pipe in my mouth,
Yeah.
which I did, I would put a coffee nib. You know, those little coffee nibs?
Oh,
And they
yeah.
gave you the same effect like you were smoking for a while.
Oh, no
But
way.
after a week, I didn't care about the pipe, the cigarette, the cigar, but I loved the coffee nibs. I still love them to this day.
It's a good idea.
Yep. So, you know, there's something that you people can think about. Now, Geena, we got about 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Take all the time, well, not all the time. Take about,
3
now we got
minutes.
2 minutes left. Take
Yeah.
a couple of minutes and say whatever you like to them.
All right, well, I'd like to thank my parents for being really supportive of every decision that I've made. They're really supportive of me going into film and following my dreams, basically. My brother, even though, you know, we're siblings and we fight, at the end of the day, you know, I appreciate having him, you know, and not being an only child and having someone to talk to
Right.
if I ever need anybody. My friends, they're really supportive of me, as I am of them. Oh, and I'm a part of the yearbook club. Forgot about that. But
Take a minute on that. Go ahead, Geena.
so I'm a yearbook editor and I'm a clubs and activities editor. So basically all the clubs in the school, we have to get descriptions and quotes from them and then take their picture and then they'll be in the yearbook. So that's what I'm kind of in charge of with my friend Angela. And so I'm kind of doing the layouts of the pages on yearbookavenue.com or something. And so yeah, that's another project that I'm kind of working on. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep myself busy and, you know, get as much experience with, you know, technology and communications as I can before I go off to college because that's going to be useful with what I want to do. So I'm trying to, you know, get as much experience as I can with a bunch of stuff. So.
Good, Geena.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to take the time to thank you for coming on the
yeah.
show. It was an honor to
It's a
have you, such a
pleasure.
young lady like you, and a nice, pretty lady.
Well, you're a
like
great
you.
host. So.
Thank you. And God bless you, Geena. And
Oh,
I
you
hope
too.
you
Thank
succeed
you.
in whatever you do in life. I hope you succeed
Appreciate
gratefully.
it.
And I want to thank the people of Revere for listening, the community for listening, and our great country, the United States of America. God bless our troops, and especially the United States of America. And thank you all for listening. And look at the great guests we have on our show.
Thank you again.